there's video of like ICE agents, like, I don't know.
Is that the woman?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was her essay about? It was just critical of Israel, right?
It's critical of Israel. Yeah, I mean.
And that's enough to get you kicked out of the country.
What's going on, you guys? Today we have Sam Seder calling out Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is wanting to be the good guy now. Interesting. Sam Seder's calling him out. I'm giving my commentary. Let's watch.
Tom Homan speaking at the Faith and Freedom Coalition from 2 weeks ago saying, we're going to arrest everybody. We're not just going to arrest, rapists and violent criminals. If you are undocumented, you are a criminal in his eyes. If you are even documented and you do stuff that we don't like, you are a criminal in his eyes. And so we're going to deport all these people. Now, if you have not paid attention to the news at all, if you are not somebody who interviews political figures, if you're not somebody who reads the newspaper, if you're not somebody who watches any type of media that would show what Donald Trump has been campaigning on, if you are not someone who was aware that Donald Trump came down and said, Mexicans are rapists, I'm sure some of them aren't. If you're not anybody who has a platform that talks about politics, it's possible you may not have been aware of this. Or, I guess, if you've been willfully ignorant, like this guy.
Insane. We were told there would be no. There's two things that are insane. One is the targeting of migrant workers, not cartel members, not gang members, not drug dealers, just construction workers showing up in construction sites and raiding them. Gardeners.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Or Palestinian students on college campuses. Or not, like, there's a did you see this video of this Turkish students at Tufts University that wrote an essay, and then there's video of like ICE agents, like, I don't know.
Is that the woman?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was her essay about? It was just critical of Israel, right?
It's critical of Israel. Yeah, I mean.
And that's enough to get you kicked out of the country.
I mean, there's a long history of anti-colonial activism in U.S. colleges, that led to South Africa changing and all of that. And I think
you voted for this, dude. You voted for this. Like, you told people that it was okay to vote for Donald Trump. You said, he's going to bring about a good change. He wants to, make things better. He's definitely not going to bring in an authoritative type of situation that's going on to where you can't speak up against anything whatsoever. If you speak up against what's going on in the Middle East, you might not be able to graduate. You might be able to put in 4 years of college, like hard work, and then you decide to speak up about something, a moral issue, and now you're not going to get your degree, But hey, look, this is not authoritarian at all whatsoever. That's just some propaganda. And now he wants to completely switch up. It's like, oh my freaking God, Joe Rogan.
If there was any possible way, if there was any type of sign,
right,
for instance, that we could have had.
Putting aside the Trump being a known liar for his entire political career, and that being arguably the defining characteristic about him as a public figure. Say that Rogan believed, because they had a one-on-one conversation, that he has put that all behind him and he's a new man. He's not going to lie anymore, right? That he's just going to take him at his word.
I just want to see if there was any way that we could have had a sign prior to the election that mass deportations were part of the undergirding of Trump's support and part of their mandate. If there was some type of sign. So, Brian, Google, I don't know, mass deportation signs. Oh.
Way ahead of you there.
Oh, wow. There you go. Let's keep going through here. We're scrolling through it. Oh, those are almost as if like a political party printed those signs. And it was at, what was it? Oh, the Republican convention or a Trump rally. I mean, on and on and on and on and on.
That's a sign in the literal sense.
I'm sorry. Like this, whatever it is that Joe Rogan thinks is depressing his viewership, And all of a sudden, this indignation about this stuff. I mean, people have to understand, he's just a businessman. He doesn't give a shit about any of it.
I bet he cares about the tax breaks.
No, I bet you he cares about the tax breaks. I wonder if he had no idea that there was going to be tax breaks if Donald Trump got. I had no idea.
And at the end of the day, I even speculate, what is Trump's motive behind this? Really, I don't think that Trump has, that he has intentions to do this out of his own like hate or spite. I do think that, you know, as far as he can tell that the public perception of him, that they think that, oh, he's the one that's going to, you know, make everything better. And a lot of his backers, a lot of where he gets like his actual manpower, the people that even were willing to like ride or die for Trump, they're going to, you know, do anything for him regardless after this is all said and done. You know, people that he literally had to say, stand down, Proud Boys, stand down. That's they hate anyone that's not white. They hate, like, so I don't even know if Trump is completely for that issue, but he knows that these guys are the ones who are going to support him. So I think that Trump really does feel like he has to stick up for these guys, which is insane, given that he is in charge of a country that is not just made out of freaking Proud Boys, that if it was up to the Proud Boys, they would have their own little island to where they'd all just, you know, I guess like look at each other and, you know, tell each other how great they are.
I mean, the people of Los Angeles right now are being terrorized.
Yep.
Terrorized.
I know there was a meeting in where activists are meeting folks like Chicago, talking and communicating with LA activists about the way that you can confront ICE, the way that you can protest. There's a lot of good work that's being done by people on the street. More people have to join them. More people are going to have to get involved in this, and they're going to have to do it relatively quickly. Here is an easy thing for folks to do. I've mentioned this app before. It's called ICE Block. MSNBC, I think it was NBC or MSNBC. MSNBC did an interview with the developer of ICE Block.
Josh, are you not concerned that the administration might come after you personally for the development of this app?
I think whenever you push back against a regime that is purporting authoritarianism, pushing fascism, and subverting the rule of law in our Constitution, if you push back against them, you have to know they're going to come after you in some way. And I say, go ahead, come after me. You can demonize me all you want. You can demonize the app all you want. But the reality is, it's protected speech under the First Amendment. There's nothing illegal about creating this app, and there's nothing illegal about using the app. We are not purporting violence against anybody. This is simply an early warning system. And if your viewers liken it to, you know, something easy to understand, think of Waze or think of Apple Maps. When you can report a speed trap up ahead, what do? You slow down when you see that warning. And this is the same kind of thing. So if you see a warning that ICE has been cited, just turn around and keep yourself and your family safe.
There we have it, you guys. Wanting to just look out, make sure if you guys know anyone who could benefit from that, from something, you know, just calling out. I mean, at this point, it seems like ICE is becoming its own, you know, like secret service type of deal, like its own type of, it's just another extension that Trump and whoever, all of his stooges, are going to continue to use. That this is just another way for him to get power, right? I think that that's all what it is at the end of the day. He wants to find another way to be able to tell people what it is that he wants them to do, whether it's on through tariffs, wanting to bully different countries, or, you know, and use the well-being of the people to bully these other countries, or whether he's going to use these different factions such as ICE to tell everyone what the hell to do. I think at the very end of the day, it's all just the same button. He's going to continue to push it over and over and over again. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So it's another day in the progressive way.